Welcome back, guys. In this video, we're gonna go over the 5 keys that made a big difference in catching my second white sea bass. We're gonna go ahead and show you how that day all played out, and once that's done, we'll come back and share those 5 keys with you. Welcome back, guys. It is another hero or zero mission. Got the whole crew. We're on the Cobra today with some new friends. Got Daryl, Brian, got Howard over there. Of course, we got Albert. Franco's over there. Of course, Bruce, Bob, Robert, Captain John's up there. We got Joel up there. So a total of 10 passengers. And we got some squid. Check this out. The reports have been great. This boat got 19 yesterday. So this is the squid rig we're gonna use right now. We tried 2 different spots and the squid just were not cooperating. We were not able to bring any squid up despite that night being a full moon. Normally it's a lot better than this. But fortunately we had a big tank full of 15 scoops of anchovies along with some squid. So we played a little squid game and started pulling them up by hand every time we would see one. There's squid swimming around with these anchovies. And we're on our way to maybe another spot to get squid, but we might be jetting over to get some white sea bass or target them. But there's squid that are every now and then poking through. Joe got one with his hands, with his bare hands. That's a good one. Here you go. Oh yeah, he's gonna bite. See the sardine? Oh, here. Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah! Yeah! We did lose a lot of time trying to find squid, but we could not find them. Fortunately, again, we had some from the previous night that was inside the bait tank.
You're good, sliding through the hand.
Yep. Yep, nice squid. On the black tail hook. 7/0. 40-pound test. 3-way swivel.
Alright guys, go ahead and bait up. Starboard side, please.
Go in!
This was the first drop of the day. Captain John saw a good school of white sea bass on the fish finder, but they were not cooperating. Ooh, so nice.
Okay, if you have the squid on the hole still, leave it on your hook. If you bring up just the body, throw it on back to the tank so I could use that as chum.
Aye, aye. Oh, Bob.
I felt that it was getting nervous. Yeah, I'd be nervous too if something ate the half of my body.
We saw a bunch of sea bass mark, sporadic, and then started to chum, and then now we're gonna put the anchor down and probably keep on chumming. This could be great.
Okay, should be good. You go anywhere on the boat, just watch where your lines are going with the current. There's gonna be quite a bit. Everybody's lines are gonna shoot off the back.
Those marks you saw earlier, John, pretty close to the bottom?
They were right on the bottom.
Oh, nice.
Feel free at the squid,
I
guys.
wasn't rolling, but
That's why I said.
look at that. 2 white sea bass on deck already. Yeah.
That's right.
That's what's up, guys.
Get that fish count.
That's what's up.
What number?
Thanks, John.
7.
Thank you, John.
Number 7.
Wow. Good grade.
Sorry it took us so long to get on them, guys.
Oh, I'm on. I'm on.
Day, right? Edward's on. You gonna call it all day?
Edward's on.
Edward's on. Woo. Hey, squirting. Damn, you're on good, man. That's right.
Yep. I'm on.
I need to get to work.
Heck yeah, I'm in the corner too, so I'm clear. Nice. Nice.
You on Ed?
Yep.
Heads on.
Yep.
Boy, we're right behind the boat. Looks like the big one.
There he is. Look at that. He took the GoPro and said, oh, I'm making a movie.
That's right. Not that kind of movie.
Oh, Fred,
I'm making a movie.
Still on? Yeah. You're on. Turn the handle. Turn.
Oh.
I'm a color. Color.
Big and nice.
Woo! baby!
Nice, nice.
Yeah!
Look at you, man.
Ah!
Yes! Nice job, Ed.
Yeah!
Watch him.
Oh.
This one's nice one so far.
Yeah, I'm number 3. Woo, baby!
Look at you, man.
Yeah.
Now that's the jackpot right there.
Who knows?
That's a f***ing big
Oh,
one.
this
We'll see.
Once I looked over and seen him,
We'll
I'm
see.
like, ooh, that's a 30.
Yes.
That's a high 30.
That guy's still on there, Brian. He's heavy.
Heavy boy.
There it is. We're good.
Oh, get that water all over the place. Let's go.
Yes. Shower with love. Shower with love. Hell yeah. Look at that bad boy.
Thank you, bud. Thank you.
Wow, that's a beautiful fish.
Whew. Heck yeah, I could reuse this rig.
What size is that thing, bro? It's a nice one.
Yeah. There's some meat on that one. That chumming worked.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, guys. Out of control. I'm back in the water. Man, that was an awesome fish, guys. Awesome fish. Whew. It's hard because like you do want to bask in your glory a little bit, but the bite's hot and we want to get on them. We already got 3 or 4 on the boat and we're still going and Bruce is on now. Bruce is on now, guys. Unfortunately, Bruce loses this one, but don't worry, he gets his redemption.
They don't reach, but I have to. Where you guys do? I see the line wrapped around them.
Yeah, that was a beautiful fish.
Man,
Damn.
wrestled him in, dude. Adrenaline's just barely coming down right now. All right, man. We're one for one so far. We need that'd be dope. See if we can do 3 for 3. I'll trade you.
Think it's better?
I'm gonna try to get one, and I'll trade you.
If I catch, you can have mine.
I'm bit.
Oh, that's bit again.
Hey,
That's
battery,
just
battery's back.
wine. Just wine. Just wine. Just wine. Don't.
Yeah. I got it.
Oh, it's his bat ring.
Battery again. Yeah. You're the hero now. He just got your battery.
I get to trade you.
Get it back to you.
I get to trade you for a sea bass.
Go.
Uses the gloves all the time.
Looks like he's going this way.
Yeah.
Come under.
He wanted to keep that, man. You know, he does everything right. Keep on coming this way. Keep on going. Up.
Oh, I feel like I'm on somebody, but okay.
Keep on going. We're gonna have to go. Run.
Watch that chain up there.
It's already under the boat. Keep on going.
Oh. Okay.
Keep on going. Here.
Oh!
Keep on going.
He popped.
You go limp?
Get popped, yeah.
Wow. That close.
Yeah.
Oh, you lost your hook.
Hook, gone.
You lost your hook.
Just tell me, I can handle it.
Just go inside and sit down. It's 40 pounds. Fool's tail wants to stay out.
Brian's giving me a motivational speech right now.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm trying to keep you high in spirits.
I
Dude.
appreciate it. Yeah, losing that last one. Yeah, John says my drag was too tight, but he's like, man, you got a good one on. So, anyway, enough. Let's get back in there.
Get another one, brother. Get another one.
Talk, get to work.
That second fish hurt.
Oh!
Bruce has a second chance at it.
Going over hot.
Under. 2 going there.
Go over me.
I'm trying.
Go over me. Let's go, Bruce.
Step up.
So Bruce is on. He went all the way around the boat.
He'll be back.
Looks like he's gonna be back.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Got him! Let's go!
Yeah, Bruce! White sea bass. Bruce got his first white sea bass on board, baby.
There you go, baby. Oh, got him. Yeah, you got him. Nice. You got him.
Let's go, Bob.
You're coming back through, guys. Got another one on over here.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, I want to play too.
Bob's on, Brian's on. Yeah. How's your adrenaline, brother?
I'm ready to go again, but Bob's coming this way. Go that way.
With his fish?
Yeah.
Go, 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 go. Bob's on, baby.
Like synchronized swimming, guys. I like it. Back around, back around.
Over here.
Let's go, Bob. Heck yeah, Bob. Oh, Bob and they're both right there. Here comes Howard. Howard.
Feel the rub again. That's two. Good job.
Howard and Bob are kind of
Damn, that's
tangled.
Where's that other one? Oh, me. That was me. And they got one more right now.
They got one on right now.
Howard's on. There's mine right there. Let's go. Howard's on again? No. Oh. No. I just feel the rub of their line. I got leader. I got color.
Caller.
I got color. Oh,
That's a nice one. Watch it, watch it, watch it.
I am wrapped on him.
Mine was off of squid, folks.
Nice one, Bob. Oh,
Let me get under you. Tied into that.
there it is. There it is. That a baby. Heck yeah, Bob.
Damn, buddy.
Bob's fish right there.
You get it, John?
Strong work, bud. Strong work, bud. Thanks again to this man, Captain John,
Captain John.
putting us on him on the anchor. And we got Brian over there putting in work too. On the big circle hook.
On the big circle.
We were debating that all day yesterday. Steady grinding. That's what we're doing right now. Steady grinding.
7 or 9.
Somebody's on.
It's on again.
Let's go, Bruce.
Coming down.
Oh, coming in hot. Hot, hot, hot.
Really hot.
Snappers, dude.
Holy crap.
That ain't a snapper.
Excuse me. Oh, I'm on. Oh, no. Going back around.
Oh, it's going
There you
up.
go. Sitting over here.
It's going down.
Bruce, way to go, bud.
Alright.
I'll give him some space.
I think he's here under me. Go. Let me get mine under.
Coming through.
He's got to follow him. He's got him attached.
Yeah.
Go under, go under, go under.
under?
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Bruce on his third hookup.
Coming back this way. Go back. Coming back. Under.
It was at this moment Bruce is hooked on sea bass fishing.
Over here and grab your rod.
Wine, just wine, just wine.
Bigger one.
Wine.
That's over.
Am I over? It is.
No, he's over you.
Oh, I think you're on me. I'm on you.
Under.
There we are.
No color yet. No colors. Hold your breath, baby. Hold your breath. Cold, huh?
Can you taste the rainbow?
Chase the rainbow.
Oh. Nice and easy.
There's gotta be a fucking
Should be color right there, huh? There it is. Here's a little bit. You want this one?
He's going again.
Nothing makes me happier than sticking a hook in these assholes.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, come on, baby.
leader.
Oh!
There it is. See, baby.
Woo, Bruce.
Second one. Nice.
Bruce, fish number 2, bud.
Yes, let's go. Cobra.
Yeah.
Look at they're watching us have fun.
Let's go.
Solid fish, Bruce. Dude, had you running all over the boat.
It did. I was chasing it.
Under, over, under. Everything in between.
Everything was awesome.
Standing right next to
Let's
him.
do it.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I love it though. It's awesome. Thank you, Edward.
Yeah, listen to his breath.
I'm like, behind us.
So sick. Epic morning, guys. This was epic. John, thank you.
Thank you, John. Cobra.
Brian, thank you. That was a great trip. We ended up with 8 white sea bass on the boat that day. Mine was actually the jackpot winner. Super stoked about that. But before we get into those 5 keys, definitely drop a like and subscribe if you haven't, or even turn on those notification bells so that you always see the latest content that this channel puts out. Thank you so much for the comments and all the interaction. I really appreciate it. Let's get into those 5 keys. Number 1 is the right setup. And the right setup means 50-pound rods or something in that realm. Bob was using a 30 to 80-pound rod. I was using a 40 to 100-pound rod, mainly a tuna rod. Here it is. This is the Phoenix Axis, which I got from Been There, Caught That. It's our local tackle store. And I got it because I knew I was going to be fishing a lot this summer for larger species, including tuna and white sea bass. So this was going to be a good all-around rod for those dropper loops and sinker rigs for tuna. This one is again rated from 40 to 100-pound line. I do have a top shot of 80-pound line, which went all the way down to 40 pounds for the leader. And with that, I did have a Avit Raptor, and this one is the HX5. So it's a 2-speed reel with 100-pound braid on it, all the way down to that 80-pound top shot, which I tied to the leader. But this is that gift that Bob and the boys all pitched in for my birthday last year. Really love it. It's a 2-speed reel and it can definitely handle. I definitely would rather be overgunned than undergunned. If you guys saw the video where I caught my first white sea bass, I hooked one on a 25-pound setup and I was definitely undergunned. So I'd rather be overgunned than undergunned with these fish, especially since windows of actually targeting them aren't very often. I want to capitalize. So that's the setup. Anything in that range will do. You definitely want a reel that's going to give you at least 30 to 40 pounds of drag. This Raptor has 50 pounds of drag. And not that I would button down on that fish, but I just know I have that power if I need it. So that was number 1. Number 1 is the right setup. Number 2 is live bait. We were really fortunate that the Cobra already had about 50 pieces of live bait in the live bait well for us to use, but we definitely ran through it and we only were able to jig up 2, but that live bait does make a difference in catching fish, or at least stunned bait that is fresh dead, as fresh as possible. The frozen stuff definitely didn't get bit. That's what we used for chum, but that was number 2. Just the fact that we were able to have live bait as an option. And key number 3 actually has to do with number 2. The boat had frozen squid on deck to chop up and start chumming alongside the anchovies that we had. So key number 3 is that we anchored and that we were able to chum. They bought like 15 scoops of anchovies that were probably in the 4 to 5 inch range, and they chummed it after Captain John metered around, and what he really saw on the graph was not huge like thick schools of white sea bass, but he saw 1 or 2 here and there as we were going along. So he had the idea of sending down the anchor and letting the boat position using the drift. He ended up throwing out anchovies and chopped up squid, frozen squid from a trip a few days before our trip, and it really created a nice chum line. And what a chum line is every time you throw that chum, the current takes it, and the current was really pulling hard that day, and that was really huge. It actually drew the fish into our chum line, and that's what brought those fish. Instead of just a few here and there, they all started coming towards the boat and giving us a shot at catching them. So anchoring and chumming was definitely a great key, and that was key number 3. Key number 4 is the right hooks. So guys, Bruce was on our trip and he has never fished any big game before, and me and Bob were in charge of setting him up, and we decided that we're gonna set him up with circle hooks. And if you're not familiar with circle hooks, they are designed in a way where the hook points towards the eye, so even if a fish swallows that hook, if you keep your drag tight enough, it's going to slide out of its mouth and position itself right at the corner of the mouth as the fish swims away. So what's beautiful about that is your line never gets in the fish's mouth, making it dangerous for that fish to cut through the line after it continues to swim around, and that line starts dragging across their teeth, eventually sawing them off. And that's what happened to my second fish. I was actually fishing these blacktails, and they are straight shank. They are not circle hooks. I believe what happened, because my drag was set pretty loose, it was a big fish, and that fish must have swallowed my line like that. And as I was fighting it, my 40-pound test was dragging across its teeth back and forth until eventually it did give way. But that's also an interesting aspect of it too, is on these boats, they recommend 40-pound test, but when they do their dropper loops, the 40-pound test line doubled over, and then your hook stays on that doubled over line. So you basically have two 40-pound test lines going to one hook. So that was interesting, but we went with just straight 40-pound test to the circle hook on Bruce, and we told Bruce, hey, you don't have to set the hook on a circle hook. And he just continued to tighten down, and he was able to get it. And again, the beautiful part about the circle hook is it gets him in the corner of the mouth, and the line does not run across that fish's teeth. So Bruce was able to get two on that trip. So that is number 4. Number 4 was the right hooks. And just to cover your hooks, you want between 5/0 all the way up to like 8 or 10/0. The bigger the hook that you can get away with, the better it seems with these fish. Especially since you're using a whole squid, that squid can hide a pretty big hook. And again, the bigger, the more sturdy, the better. These are the ones I do recommend, especially since Bruce was a beginner and he was able to get 2 fish on these 6/0 Hayabusa circle hooks. I definitely recommend these. These are cool because they glow and all, but yeah, if you're not using 60 to 80 pound on one line, and the fish swallows it and you're fighting that fish for a long time, that line going across their teeth can definitely cut you off. I was cut off and it was clean. The hook was gone. I lost one of these hooks on that second fish, and that second fish did feel bigger. It was pretty frustrating. Number 5, guys, was a long line. The long line to me means a long leader line. I went with 3-foot leader line. Usually on a dropper loop, it's probably like a foot off of your main line, but I went with 3 feet on my leader line, and that made a big difference, especially since we were in high current. That bait was able to stay away from my gear and stay away from other people's gear in the current, because we were facing where the current was going, and that bait was just floating up. And I also had a long line from my 3-way swivel to my sinker. I had 5.5 to 6 feet of line between my 3-way swivel and that leader. So let me show you what that looks like. I actually have all of my pre-tied rigs here, which really help when you want to retie fast. Having pre-tied rigs on this pool noodle was definitely a game changer in terms of being able to change out gear. So I had my 3-way swivel here, and this line right here goes to my sinker, which is just under 6 feet. So my sinker was sitting on the bottom, and that 3-way swivel was to my main line right here. And then that hook was 3 foot swinging away from this thing, and it was 5 feet up at least. So my bait was 5 feet off the bottom. And some guys, again, there's 10 people on this trip, 2 people caught 2, and the rest were all onesies, but 8 fish on this trip. But I really think that made a difference. I set up Bruce's rig and he caught 2, set up the other guy's rig, so that definitely helped having your bait way off the bottom. These fish aren't right on the bottom typically. I've talked to people who dive, and they are typically in the lower third or higher water column, especially when they're around kelp. It didn't make sense to have a short leader from my sinker to my 3-way swivel. So I think that did make a difference as well. Hopefully that helps you guys if you guys are interested in how to rig for white sea bass, and hopefully those concepts really helped you guys out. But if you guys want to see, again, the video where I caught my first white sea bass, I'll go ahead and leave a link right over here. But thank you guys again. This white sea bass fishing has definitely been addicting, especially since they're so delicious. But leave your comments below, drop a like. We'll catch you on the next one.